Добро пожаловать, welcome back one and all. What I have for you guys today is a shoulder workout to get you feeling solid and stable on the table. Kicking off the workout, I'm starting with my patented warm-up, for which I'm going to be releasing a video soon to come detailing exactly why I do what I do, how I set up for it, and what I'm thinking about for each and every single warm-up exercise that I'm going to be doing. Now, it just so happens that this warm-up is most applicable to this workout more than any other. So if you're going to be following along with this workout routine, I would highly recommend that you don't skip the warm-up here. The reason why I have a dedicated shoulder day in my arm wrestling training program is because shoulders play a crucial role in arm wrestling. They are a key part of your body's ability to generate, stabilize, and transfer force. Now, the front delt, the anterior deltoid, helps with bringing your arm forward, while the rear delts are super important in stabilizing and supporting the pulling motions, such as back pressure in arm wrestling. Although we call it arm wrestling, the strength isn't just isolated to your arm. The shoulder acts as a key link between your torso and your arm, enabling you to channel the power generated by your back, your chest, and even your legs. Not only that, but the shoulder musculature allows you to defensively hold off against those offensive attacks from your opponent. A slight variance that I sometimes employ during my warm-ups is I would bring the number of repetitions down if I'm going to be performing exercises all in a sequential order without any rest in between. First up, we have the overhead barbell press, which primarily works on your deltoids, your triceps, and your upper chest. Now, the general setup is I would be standing with my feet shoulder width apart, keeping a slight bend in my knees, keeping them a little bit soft. With my hands, I'm grabbing the barbell with an overhand grip, and I'm gripping the barbell right where the knurling begins. The knurling is the textured part of the barbell. As I perform the movement, I would engage my core to stabilize my trunk, and I'll press the weight straight up, extending my arms fully, but not quite locking out the elbows. I'll pause briefly at the top, and then in a controlled fashion bring the weight down below my chin. A couple tips I would recommend is avoid arching your back when you're pushing the weight straight up, especially when you add more load to the movement. Keep it controlled and don't use the momentum to throw the weight up. If you're going to be throwing the weight up, you may as well do an alternative exercise called the push press, which is basically an overhead barbell press with just a little bit more knee drive. Next up, we have the rear delt face pull, an excellent exercise for targeting your rear delts and improving posture. Here's how we're going to do it. We're going to set up the rope attachment at about above head height on the cable machine, and grab the ends of the rope with both hands, palms facing each other. I'm going to step back until there's tension in the cable, and I'm going to be pulling the rope towards my face while keeping my elbows high and wide, focusing on bringing my shoulder blades together at the peak of the movement. I'll slowly bring the rope back to the starting position and maintain control throughout the full movement. On to our first arm wrestling specific exercise of the workout, we have side pressure with a wrist wrench. In this one, what I'm trying to achieve is center table control with my wrist integrity intact. Here I keep my wrist neutral, the handle being held inside of my shoulder, and the elbow stays stationary. Most of my body really stays rigid, and I just move sideways and moving my whole body rather than just my shoulder and my elbows. Okay, in this one, I'm trying to win that center table control starting off a match. As I near towards competition, I do have a variation of this lift where I focus on pinning the wrist wrench, not so much just winning center table control. Quick reminder, remember to perform your ulnar nerve glides, especially after exercises such as side pressure, as it can get your ulnar nerve off its rightful track real easily. While it's the odd man out of all the exercises today, we do have another arm wrestling specific lift in the form of a strapped pronation. I get the strap around my wrist, loop it through the webbing, through pronation, secure the weight, and I'm going to grab a small object and put it in my hand just for comfort. Afterwards, I'm going to get up, get stable, and perform a half curl with my arm as I pronate the weight up. With each repetition, I allow my hand to be completely opened up into a supinated position, going palm up. And as I pronate the weight through, I aim to turn my hand slightly past neutral. And to cap off the shoulder workout, we're going to be performing the lateral dumbbell fly, which isolates your lateral deltoids to create a broader and stronger shoulder. The general setup here is holding dumbbell in each hand, with my arms at my sides and my palms facing my thighs. I'm going to maintain a slight bend in my elbows, and to execute the movement, I will lift the dumbbells out to the sides until they reach shoulder height. The arms should form a T shape at the top. Slowly lower the dumbbells back to their starting position, and repeat. Following a workout where I train side pressure directly, foam rolling the arm on the brachialis is even more important than ever before. If I don't break up the tension now, then I'm going to be paying for it the rest of the week with that toothache pain in my arm.